Hello and welcome to my video. My name is Jaslet Wandrick and today I'll be covering 4 fierce topics on increasing brand awareness. Now, let's jump right on in. So once again, welcome. To this webinar, it's time to rise and grind and grow your business. And by being so fierce. So we're going to do that by letting you know that you're in the right place. And let's increase awareness to your brand. We are going to learn so much today. Now, let's learn to build together and improve a brand that engages and mesmerizes through various branding techniques to feel empowered and to stand out online. That's what we're all here for today. So let's start off with what is public relation versus marketing? What's the difference? Now, public relations is all about selling the company or a brand through positive managing, like the communication channels between a company and its stakeholders. Now, overall, marketing is trying to achieve direct revenue, while PR is trying to drive a positive reputation through an effective PR strategy. So, what will I solve today? I'll go over some mistakes, like common branding mistakes, questions in marketing techniques, questions in social media content creation, how to choose a distribution channel, and so much more. It's going to be really fun today. So let me let you know a little bit of who I am. I'm Jaslet Wandrick, and I am a professional speaker in business from public relations consultant. I have a bachelor's in media communications. I have a master's that I'm pursuing at the moment in public relations with a couple months to graduation. And I also have an associate's in music business and production, as well as I'm a licensed bartender. I'm here for tackling personal decisions, to reach important milestones. My job is kind of to guide you to your path of success. And as a professional consultant, I guarantee great results. I'm fueled by commitment to excel. I go the extra mile to make sure all my clients are fully satisfied with my work. Having worked in many facets of business, from promotions to public relations to marketing to so much more, and working for a great national brand, Clear Channel, and being able to work in their promotions department, I have to offer a variety of services, and I offer them all to my clients, customized to fit your needs. Now, I work with large corporations looking for a step-by-step plan or action, or a small startup just beginning their business. No matter what your needs are, I am here to provide you guidance every step of the way. Now, always know that you can get in touch with me outside of these webinars. No problem, I offer a free consultation. So, moving forward, let's do this. Are you ready? Because I'm set. I'm ready to be fierce. So, here's the big question. I know you've been wondering, what we'll be learning today. So, let's address it. We'll start out with some branding skills, and we'll go on to some marketing skills. Then we'll move on to some social media skills. We'll expand into products and expanding your products, and we'll end with some questions, a quick Q&A. So now, I have a question for you. Please leave a comment below. What issues are you currently having with your brand? Please fill me in. Now, the number one thing that we will start with today is branding skills. It's the first topic of the day. Brand awareness is at the heart of what we do in PR. So we need to be able to go over mistakes and how to expand on your brand as persona, and I'll give you a good example of a brand that's doing pretty well. So let's jump right on in. Let's not diminish your brand. So, as stated in the article from Entrepreneur, 7 Stupid Branding Mistakes for Your Small Business is making by Sujan Patel, the biggest mistake you can make is forgetting to establish a defined brand guidelines. Now, this is really big. And when I say brand guidelines, I'm talking more about like logos, brand colors, taglines, fonts, typography, the voice you use in your brand materials, imagery, mascots. By not having all those pieces, it's like a puzzle that can't completely be finished, or a car that can't run correctly. Because without one thing, it's not going to work in the way that you need it to. And it's not going to be as strong as you need it to. By forgetting your logo, people won't know who you are. Or not having a tagline, they won't know you by your sayings. And so it's really important that you harness all those things. And if there's anything else that you want specifically special for your brand, you have to be able to harness those things and use them strongly, because once, like I said, once one thing is missing, it's not going to all work together correctly, and you want it all to fit correctly. Now, the next thing we can go on to is that's really important that you don't want to diminish your brand by is the power of not being humble. People don't think that humble is really being a big deal, but it actually is very big for your brand, and it can cause a lot of diminishing effects if you're not humble. The idea that you can help others as well as you can use help, and not allowing, if your brand succeeds quickly, to get to your head, and being able to harness all the things that are happening to you and being thankful, as well as being confident, because there's a difference between being confident and being humble. Um, if you're not, if you're overly confident, you're forgetting some of your humbleness, and that does not look good for your brand, because truly at the end of the day, you are part of your brand. And if you don't carry yourself at such a regard, it's going to diminish the way that people look at your brand, because arrogance can really, really ruin a brand, and it's not good for PR in any way. Now, you don't want to overcomplicate your brand either. And I'm saying this by, your logo doesn't need to have like 6 different colors, and it doesn't need to have like 6 individual graphics. Sometimes when they really say less is more, it really is more. Keeping it clean, simple, are more likely to be recognized and remembered by customers. So steer clear of like overcomplicating your company's brand and elements. I'll have an example right here. It's a Neighbor's Cut logo. It's very clean. It's to the point. It is for a salon, and therefore you can see it really showcases what it is. It gets straight to the point. There's not too many colors. It's got a two tones of colors, as well as it uses a clipper, which goes with the whole salon hair theme. Very simple, to the point, really great idea. So let's keep it moving. Now, we're building and expanding your brand persona. Give your brand a life of its own. Truly. As a brand, you want it to stand separately from you. That was the whole thing of you creating your brand. You can be a part of your brand. And even sometimes you can be your brand, but you still want your brand to stand on its own 2 feet. So I would look into, if you're not your own brand's ambassador, I would find a brand ambassador. If you don't know what a brand ambassador is, it's someone who embodies the brand. He or she's like endorsing the brand. They provide credible, trustworthy promotion and visibility to the brand. The brand ambassador humanizes your product, and it helps you build your online reputation by putting a face to your brand. Now, you're not managing your reputation online, your customers are. If you haven't figured it out yet, not everyone is saying nice things about your business. No one is not going to be always perfect. As much as you like to think they are, more brand ambassadors mean more positive comments, reviews, and referrals to your business. Now, after having that brand ambassador, you want to build a brand relationship. It's really important that your brand has good relationships. It's like overly important to create a media list contact with journalists and editors, and even just people out in the community that you would like to reach out to when you're having events and special different occasions or special milestones for your company. This list would be like your holy grail for all things that are just for your business, when it comes to like important things that need to be announced for your business. Now, it's also important that your brand makes some friends. And I know that kind of sounds funny, but it's the truth. And when I say friends, I'm talking about like brand partnerships. Like any business, growth depends on building up a solid base of customers and keeping them engaged with its brand. Now, partnering with another business that shares the same values and target demographic, not only can this position a business like in front of the right kind of people, but it can also elevate it in the eyes of consumers and businesses alike. You are your brand's advertiser. Also, I have to go on to say, when it comes to like your merchandise, you should be a walking billboard for your brand. So this will get a little deeper into products, but when it comes to merch, I think every brand, even if it's just a small business blog that you started or anything, you should be walking with your logo. You should be wearing your logo. Like I said, you should be a walking billboard. Not even just from having just your logo on your t-shirts and or hats or things like that, bags. You should as well, the way that you carry yourself is how you should present yourself to people as your brand. When I say this, I mean more like when I look at you, for example, like a neighbor's cut barber, I would like to see a well-shaven man and look at him and go, I wonder if he does some type of hair or barbering or salon. Um, this is something that you should really look at and have someone walk up to you and kind of know what you're about. And that's where also that walking billboard comes into play. It's also important to have merch because you can have your friends and family easy, free advertisement to give out your t-shirts to them, and they can be your walking brand and billboard as well. Merch is really important as well because you'll be surprised so many people that would want to wear your logo and or purchase your logo and support you also in that way. Now, when we talk about swag, swag means something we all get. Okay? Now, swag is very important because it doesn't have to be something that's really expensive. You can actually get swag to where you have, that's where it comes into making those friends. Your brand needs friends, where you can also get sponsors to donate stuff to your business, and that's a way you can give away freebies, as well as you can create your own swag and freebies, like a free business download, which could be like a to-do list or a free business card template or a how-to or something in that format, and you give that out to your loyal followers and customers and give them that opportunity with also having your logo to advertise you as well. So let's moving on to more expanding your brand and persona with trends. Now, a lot know we live in a very digital world, and this world is everlasting, changing so much. And trends are evolving, and trends in this digital world are changing every day, especially with emerging technology. It is very important to keep up with the trends and to know like what's going on. A world where mobile phones are at the center and or mobile technology, handheld technology is at the center of everything. So you have to be able to keep up with the new apps and the new ways to do business, and as well as virtual communication from go-to meetings and video conferencing and voice calls and all the different things that would harness and excel your business because things are always everlasting changing. Now, with this digital world, you have to be able to adapt and move with the change. And there's many ways to do this. There's services like YouTube that give you simple free videos that can help you look up the newest trends and or just Googling new trends, as well as watching videos so if you don't understand something like on YouTube and or lynda.com or Udemy, there's many different services that you can use to keep yourself knowledgeable and to be able to adapt and change to these new trends for your business. One good trend and app that I like to use with my business, especially when it comes to like creating content, is Adobe Spark Post. You can download it in any of the app stores, and you're able to work on the go, creating posts and content for your social media. Things like Hootsuite, where you're able to automate your social media posts and being able to Do everything right from your phone while on the go. The biggest thing today is working on the go, and that is a new trend that you have to be able to adapt to. Now, you also have to be able to rebrand. And some businesses I know, they don't believe in the rebranding, but I feel like every business at one point in the line should rebrand, because you should always, like I say, being able to adapt and change and find a better position for your business. Um, it's like, a great saying, there's always room for improvement. There really truly is always room for that improvement in your business. Rebranding does not have to be something that is scary. It does not have to be something that you feel is going to 100% just change your business and it's going to make your business unrecognizable. It is really truly going to help position you at the forefront of things, and like I keep saying, keeping you up to date. Now, rebranding is the creation of a new look and feel for an establishing product or company. The useful goal of rebranding is to influence the customer's perception about a product or service, or the company's overall, by revitalizing the brand and making it seem more modern and relevant to customers' needs. Now, this was a definition that I got from What is Tech, and I mean, it truly fits into this whole digital world. You're going to have to rebrand, and it's going to fit into how you have to adapt and change, because your brand is going to have to adapt and change with you as well. I feel that rebranding is a good thing. It's not something that has to be done constantly and often, but just maybe every 3 or 4 years, if you're not into it, where you feel that you have to rebrand often. But I feel that, just as, like I said before, as much as you change, your business has to change as well. Now, I want to give you some examples, and this is learning with Neighbors Cuts. Neighbor Cuts has a great branding video as well as a website, and they have really great branding material, from the logo to letterheads on different pitches and press releases, as well as a great website. If you go out and look at the link that's listed, you can surely check out a really great website. Now, I have a question for you. What marketing skills do you lack? Please leave your comments below and I will try to get towards them. So we're going to move on to number 2, which are the marketing skills. The importance of visual marketing campaigns. When I say visual marketing campaigns, you have to get out there. Even though it is a digital world, and we've been saying this a lot, and things are so much influenced and heavily flowed through social media, I still feel that just good old, standard visual marketing campaigns still do wonders. It's just as much as the word of mouth. It's just as important, but a good flyer, unique campaigns like having your artwork put on a sidewalk or on the side of your car, wrapping around the car, are just as important as putting that post on social media. You have to also remember, everyone is not adapted to this digital world, and there are still many customers and markets that you can tap into that do not rely heavily on social media, and you have to still market to those as well if you want to get all your supreme customers. Now, when I look into some successful visual marketing campaigns, I think of something just as simple as like posting your marketing in like a ladies' or men's bathroom in a random spot. Something that will catch somebody's eyes, because if you don't realize, a lot of people do a lot of reading when they're standing in the bathroom. And this is just one of the examples that you can use. Um, Something simple. It could just be a flyer, even just your logo and a QR code, which is a code that'll take you to your website that people use on smartphones to be able to get to see your website. These are just little tactics that'll work. Physical campaigns are really important. I did this with the brand Neighbors Cut, and it heeded a really large result. Just by having a flyer that was uniquely created, but just a flyer that could be set out. It went under doors. It was posted in different salons. It was left at gas stations and just different places. end up surprising how many people would just pick that up and want to look at it. It doesn't have to be large. It could just be something you want to also make it to be something that when they pick it up, they don't throw it back down. Convenient. I've seen even things where people have the back of the flyer look like that it's the size of a dollar bill and it looks like a dollar bill. So people pick it up and think it's money, and when they flip it over, it's a flyer. Just real creative. Is the more unique, the more creative, the more people will want to keep that flyer and or check out your business because you were that creative and that unique. Social media skills. Some social media skills and campaigns would be like really good social campaigns. Or let's get into some contests. There are many ways that you can do contests. You can do a sharing contest. I've used with Neighbors Cut a brand ambassador contest where we can get the person that chose to wear the most merch, take the most pictures, give the most friend referrals, and the most photo shares, use as many hashtags. There's many contests that you can use will become the brand ambassador. Now, a hashtag campaign is always a great way to go to get someone to post pictures with your brand using your hashtag campaign, because that also marks down in social media all the different hashtags that you create for your business. It catalogs and categorizes all those pictures and interactions. Now, social campaigns are huge, especially being that we're in the era of SEO, which is search engine optimization, and people looking up and Googling and trying to find those keywords, which would be in those hashtags, to relate to your business and find your business and it makes your business more relevant. You can also do social campaigns to where you're doing video testimony campaigns of people that post as many or can make the most caring. There's many different social campaigns that you can come up with that can help your business to stand out. Now, for social calendar creations, it's really simple. You can call it even an editorial calendar where you put on a calendar when you're going to post and what you're going to post. If it's a calendar for your social where you say, I'll post to Instagram these 3 days out the week, you need to write that on a calendar. I'm going to post to Pinterest and or Facebook or Twitter or Google Plus or YouTube or any of these days. These actually need to be marked down on a calendar, and then you abide by that calendar. By creating this calendar, it will help one, get you in order, as well as it will help create a flow to your social accounts, and nothing will be forgotten. You won't be saying, am I posting here or am I posted there? And even if you automate your posts, you still should be writing these automations down in a calendar, because then you can also go back and see what posts worked on what day, what didn't, what time, and kind of have everything in front of you, which will help advance your business as well. Now, when it comes to some great content creation tools, this is some things that I was talking about with earlier and I'm touching on now, which is like the Hootsuite and Later, as well as all the Adobe apps. You can do Adobe Photoshop on your phone, Adobe Spark Post, as well as there are some great photo editing apps that you can create great collages with, or your photo picture quotes. Just being able to tap into some of those key content creation tools will help advance your business and get you to that level that you want. Like, these are some fierce tips that we're going to help expand your business, and this will help increase more awareness to your business by using some of these creation tools, because it's adding a little edge to some of your social posts. Now, we're going to move on to number 4, which is expanding into products. This is our fourth and final topic of today. So, let's talk about product creation. This is kind of what I was touching on when I went into merchandise. You really should create products for your brand. If it's bumper stickers, keychains, mugs, t-shirts, and there's many ways and many websites that you can easily Google different product creation platforms. And when you get to these, You can figure out what suits you best, your price range, how you would do it. One thing I really like to create, and I did well creating for like Neighbors Cuts, is a t-shirt where the logo is on the front. Just real simple. These sell out really well as got great feedback, along with wristbands with the logo on it. You can just start out with just your logo, and then maybe you can go on into some of your owner's quotes, which are quotes from the owner that they would like to use. You can go into images that are owned by the owner. You can do things also in the sake of pins and socks. There's many different products that can be created, but I don't want you as a brand to feel that you're too small and you shouldn't be creating products, or you're too large and that's just not the direction your company is going with. Every company can benefit from product creation, because that is, like I said, a walking billboard and or moving billboard piece for your company that's going to bring nothing but more awareness to your company. It's so simple to create pins and leave them places, and people use them and see your logo and want to look you up. As well as, like I said, walking with a t-shirt or a hat or even just a mug is free advertisement for your business and will help gain awareness, because people look at that. And like I said, no company is too large and or too small. Every direction should always include some type of product creation. It doesn't have to be extreme. I'm not telling you to just to go out and spend like $200 or $300 unless you want to, but more just at least start out with, as you being the brand owner, you have your own products created. Like I said, a hat, a t-shirt, a mug, something simple, a pen, letterhead, stamps, magnets. I mean, there's power in magnets. It's easily can go on someone's refrigerator. Bumper stickers. Like I said, it's free advertisement. Just something simple you start out with, and therefore you're giving your brand free advertisement, free publicity, and free marketing right there. Now, distribution channels. This is where we would come into the drop shipping, and I just like to say that drop shipping is really great, and there's many ways you can distribute your products. You can just send it out yourself via like a FedEx or UPS. You can set up to where you're ordering it from a site and they mail it for you. But that's in a way it's like drop shipping, but drop shipping is a little more convenient and a little more easier way to go about things. Drop shipping is a retail fulfillment method where a store doesn't keep the product, it sells it in stock. Instead, when a store sells a product, it purchases the item from a third party and has it shipped directly to the customer. Now, you can do it where you order multiple products and then you go to a fulfillment center and you drop your products off and they ship them out for you. I feel this can be costly because maybe you find a product that is not selling as well, or it's not as, wanted by as many as you thought it was. Well, with drop shipping, the product is not purchased, like I said, until it is ordered by a customer. And then it is sent out to them. And you literally do none of the work, but just pay what needs to be paid. The biggest difference between drop shipping and the standard retail model is that the selling merch doesn't stock or own inventory. Instead, the merchants purchase inventory as needed from their party, usually a wholesaler or a manufacturer, to fill the orders. Now, the benefit is less capital is required. It's easy to get started. It has low overhead, flexible locations, wide selection of products, and easy to scale. Now, there are a few disadvantages, and there's lower margins. The margins are the biggest disadvantage to operating a high competitive dropshipping niche because it's too easy to get started. So the overhead costs are so minimum, many merch will set up a shop and sell items at rock bottom prices in an attempt to grow revenue. Now, if you can find a niche that hasn't been tapped into, like if your business is in a niche that hasn't been tapped into, this really is not a disadvantage. There could be some inventory issues, meaning if you stock all your items, it's relatively simple to keep track of them, which items are in or out. A a lot of drop shipping has came up with where you can talk with them directly, so you'll know what's in stock and what's not in stock, especially if you're going through like a website to do all these orders, your own website. It's a little easier. This could be an issue if, depending on the drop shipper you choose. I feel that it's not that big of an issue because it's just like as if you were doing your own inventory. If you keep in contact with your drop shipper, you should easily be able to find out what it is, if it's in stock, if it's not, and adjust your site accordingly. Now, if you go into the no returns and things like that, then you won't have as many shipping complexities and things like that. It is worth it. Now, dropshipping isn't perfect, but it is a stress-free way to build a successful business. The model has some definite advantages, but comes with a number of, built-in complexity and problems, but anything would, as well as it would be very beneficial to your business to use a service like dropshipping. Today, we were able to cover some branding skills and go over some mistakes, like how not to diminish your brand, and how to cover some things to build your brand persona, like you need to have partnerships because your brand needs friends, as well as we spoke of a great brand, Neighbors Cuts. They gave you some great examples on how you can brand your company. We went over some marketing skills, like the importance of visual marketing campaigns, like something as simple as a flyer and a QR code, which is the code that'll take you straight to your website by using a camera on your smartphone. We went over social media skills and things like how to run different social campaigns, which some would be like a contest, and or if you decided that you're gonna just do quote campaigns. We went over social calendars and how important it is, even if you're using automation, which is services that post your social posts for you on a set schedule. That schedule should still be updated to a social calendar. And we went over content creation tools like Adobe Spark Post and how you can post and create your own content right from your mobile phone. And then lastly, we went over expanding into products and product creation and how important it is to become your own walking billboard, and how to choose a distribution channel, if it's fulfillment or drop shipping. I really want to thank Neighbors Cut for being the example brand, as well as you can find them at Neighbors Cut on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I have listed their website information. I really want to express to everybody that attended this webinar today that I really appreciate you being here. And you will receive a follow-up email with questionnaire. And please feel free, once this is over, to go get your free business download. So I just want to say, do you have any questions? Please feel free to list them below and I will answer them accordingly. I just want to thank you so much again for your time, and I appreciate everyone that came today, and I hope that this was informative and enjoyable, and I hope you receive 4 fierce tips to help increase awareness to your business. Thank you for your time and have a fierce day.